Have you ever found yourself worrying about who your partner's talking to at a party? Or have you ever been fixated on how a friend recently got something you really wanted, like a promotion or a house? Or have you ever simply been scrolling through social media only to find yourself caught in a tangle of comparison and self-doubt? We all have. That's why it's important to take the time to unravel the complexities of envy and jealousy and discover strategies to turn them into catalysts for personal growth and self-love instead. Welcome to this 10-minute LifeDeck Learning meditation, understanding envy, jealousy, and admiration from the first stage of LifeDeck, self-love. Please like and subscribe to help spread the love before beginning now with a single deep, refreshing breath in through the nose, holding at the top, and releasing, feeling your mind relaxing. Now let your breathing fall into a natural rhythm, and when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes as you listen along with intention and focus. The famed Roman poet Horace once wrote, "The envious man grows lean at the success of his neighbor." We know how intense the emotions of jealousy and envy can be, but how clear are we on what they are and where they come from, respectively? By definition, the feeling of jealousy is rooted in the fear of an external threat taking something we possess, like love or rank. It's a fear that we can be usurped. It makes us feel insecure, causes possessiveness, controlling behavior, and can lead to feelings of anger. Envy, on the other hand, comes from a desire to have something that someone else already possesses, accompanied by feelings of discontent towards that person. It too reinforces beliefs of inadequacy. However, it tends to be less direct and more subtle, making us feel bitter and resentful. In both cases, however, the growing disparity in wealth and the pervasiveness of media has made us even more susceptible to these confusing feelings. It's all too easy to find ourselves stuck seeing the world as unfair, feeling insecure about what we have to lose, and all too aware of the things we don't have. Sometimes it can feel like no matter where you look, we see people that are happier or more successful or more fulfilled than we are. And this is no way to live. As Theodore Roosevelt simply put it, comparison is the thief of joy. So what can be done? First, it's important to recognize this as an accepted part of being human. As social primates, it's incredibly important that we are good at observing and comparing ourselves to those around us. Remaining a strong part of the group is hardwired into us. Without this, we'd be lost. In fact, we do it so often and so much, we're largely unconscious of it. This is how we determine our social status, which we're constantly evaluating. We're instinctively assessing our spot in the group's hierarchy and figuring out who we are in the process, shaping our beliefs and impacting our sense of worth. So we can't beat ourselves up for feeling these things. but we can begin to become curious about how our beliefs have been shaped by a life full of constant comparison. Secondly, it's very helpful to recognize that comparison, whether envy or jealousy, is usually terribly short-sighted. The people we are envious or jealous of are often no better off than we are, or the things they have aren't things we actually want anyway. This leads back to the central understanding that continuing to look externally to figure out who we are and what we want will ultimately lead to a divide between who we feel ourselves to be and who society is telling us we are or should be. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to change you is the greatest accomplishment. We must intentionally begin to shift the focus from external to internal. As Canadian philosopher Jean Vanier said, envy comes from people's ignorance of or lack of belief in their own gifts. Instead of all this mindless comparison externally to others, we need to do the work on the inside. When we do the work to grow our genuine sense of self-love and worth, we can then start to shed these negative comparisons and introduce loving observation. In this way, we begin to interpret our experience through a completely different lens, one of admiration, one that evokes different emotions completely, not of lack, but of abundance and inspiration. This approach of admiration is a mind muscle that needs exercising. Here we can practice looking at others with compassion, awareness, and with the intention of seeing good. We can exercise wanting to feel happy for others. We can exercise our muscles of generosity and gratitude that will allow us to admire those around us freely for what they have accomplished, for what they have created, earned, and acquired. Strengthening this admiration mindset opens up a powerful catalyst for inspiration, driving us to learn more, work harder, and strive towards similar achievements. The discipline of admiration helps channel a constructive flow of energy and provides impetus for the development of a deeper understanding and desire to achieve similar things. Hence why it is always recommended to nurture relationships with good friends and mentors that you admire. It's said that we become most like the 5 people we spend the most time with. And so if we admire those around us, it's more likely we will admire and love ourselves, and vice versa. Over time, with this intention and practice of admiration for others, and subsequently for ourselves, a quiet confidence develops. A peaceful, loving joy emerges where once may have existed jealousy and envy, where we find ourselves not jumping to conclusions about others, but rather smiling more and giving more compliments. With that, let us remember the simple words of Vincent van Gogh. Admire as much as you can. Most people don't admire enough. We'll now end with a deep, refreshing breath in through the nose, holding at the top, and releasing. Feeling any jealousy, envy, or comparison simply drift away. Remember, you are a unique, wonderful, gifted human being, one that is worthy of admiration yourself. Now, at your own time, open your eyes. Awesome work. Continue this life-defining work right now with this guided admiration meditation. As always, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to help spread the love. And until next time, keep building your potential.